What's going on, guys? Brand new video. Welcome back to day 4 of the hard challenge. Currently, honestly, I was not feeling it today. I wanted to go back to bed, but we woke up and we went for the walk. 45 minutes, boom, right here. And we had some breakfast, put it right over here. We had 2 scoops of oatmeal, 1 scoop of protein powder, 1 spoon of peanut butter, milk, and some chia seeds with a banana and a cup of water. I drank another cup of water when I came back home, and then after this I'm gonna work out, so I'm gonna finish like a liter of water. So the water's been going good, but as we all know, it's time to read. So if you guys want to skip me reading and head straight to the workout, today is back day. You can skip over here, the little time right here, just click that or skip to it on the video. But for now, let's get on to the 44 laws of peace. We left off yesterday. Let me go back right here. We finished off with law 22, to confront your anxieties with reason, which let's be honest, we all have anxieties of some point. Honestly, while I walk, I like watch videos. Like I'm like listening to podcasts or something, and one of the podcasts I was listening to, it was about like, it was saying how like you're not really like, you don't have anxiety, you just don't have the courage to be yourself, or you don't have the courage to be disliked by others. I'm like, damn. But anyways, law 23, let's get started reading it. Don't worry about what other people have. Do not be concerned with what other people have. Do not use their lives to judge the value of yours. And do not be fooled and judge the quality of their life based on the quality of their car, house, or other material possessions. You can hate yourself while sailing on a yacht and love yourself while riding public transit. Things do not make a man whole. Things do not offer everlasting peace. Things only lead to be... Bro. I was reading perfect until... Okay, anyways. Things do not make a man... Things only lead to the wanting for more things. A new car will make me happy. Okay, you get a new car, now what? An expensive bag will make me happy. You buy the bag, now what? People tend to think that once they obtain the thing they want, they'll forever be happy and content. They confuse momentary excitement for the possibility of everlasting peace. They base their happiness, their worth, and the value of their lives on something unstable and unsustainable. This only leads to jealousy, envy, and frustration. Learn to value what is truly your own, your character, and you will never feel the urge to look in your neighbor's yard for what you don't have. Now, I'm definitely a big advocate of this because, you know, me not being the greatest student. I remember back in college, or the reason why I say college instead of university, because every time I tend or think to say university, I stutter, so I just say college. But when I was in university, I was, not a great student. I didn't get any I didn't even apply to a co-op because I knew my grades were like dookie. But looking around, my friends are getting co-ops left to right. They're working at coding companies, software engineering. I had a friend of mine who he got like an internship at like Amazon or Tesla, I think. I'm like, god damn. And I'm here just on my bed doing nothing, you know what I mean? I didn't make my bed today. Damn. Okay, but at the end of the day, you spending your time focusing on what other people have is taking time away from what you can achieve. So, you know what? I feel that. I definitely feel that. All right, law 24. You are not responsible for other people's feelings. Okay, I'm gonna kind of disagree just from the title, because you low-key are. If you go up to a kid and say your father hates you, he's gonna cry. So let's booger my nose. Okay, sorry. Let's see what the book has to say. Whether you love them or hate them, you are not responsible for other people's feelings. They, like you, are responsible for their own opinions, which dictate their feelings. Still, if a loved one is hurt, sad, or depressed, try to understand their position and, if possible, help them find a resolution or be a soldier. Bro, I can't. Soldier. I can't even say that. So help them find a resolution or shoulder. Okay. For them to lean on until they do. But do not let their feelings overtake you, especially if they cannot be resolved. Know that to persist in being sad, angry, or depressed because someone you love is hurt does nothing to resolve their pain. On the other hand, if you believe you are the cause of their hurt while you are not responsible for their feelings, you are responsible for your intentions. Oh, I see. So make sure you are always acting with the best intentions. If your intentions are misunderstood, communicate them with that person in an effort to clear the air and come to a better understanding. Okay. Okay, so you gotta be aware of your your intentions. Also, if you guys are wondering, that is Veja. Is that how you say his name? Velija. I'm just having the bag, so don't mind him. You know what I'm saying? Mind me. But yeah, when it comes to other people's feelings, you gotta really, it's a delicate talk. I'm not gonna lie, like even me being all stoic and I read book, like it doesn't mean like I'm like, you know, a statue. Like, you know, words can definitely hurt me, but I'm learning to be like, learning to control the emotions and not give permission for other people to harm me word wise. But law 25, let me read it from this way. Become okay with rejection and embarrassment in regards to obtaining something you think will better you or provide you with a more peaceful life. Nothing is worse than not trying. Embarrassment, fear of failure, or rejection are poor excuses for not applying for a dream job, starting a new venture, building a new relationship, or making a new friend. Embarrassment and fear are like any other emotion, manageable and temporary. And like most negative emotions, if we can identify their root cause, we can eradicate them. We would do better to face these emotions than attempt to hide from them. The more you face them, the more comfortable you will become with them, and the less power they will have over you. With the right mindset, you can escape embarrassment altogether. Honestly, one of the deepest roots I feel in my body when it comes to like rejection or embarrassment, I've always wanted to make videos where it's like me interviewing people just like in public. But two problems. One, I need a cameraman or girl, and second, like it's so awkward for me to go to someone and be like, hi, like, is it okay if I record you? Okay, awesome. Hey, I don't think, you know what I'm saying? But like I feel like I am good at talking to people once I get to know them. But when it comes to initially talking to them, like introduction wise, it's kind of like I go from 100 to a 0. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that law. All right, next law. Law 26. Every mistake contains a lesson. There's a lesson to be learned from every mistake you make, even the worst ones. Realize this is the key to living a content life. Many are quick to let the feelings that come with a mistake infect their spirit. They allow it to fester, growing until the remorse becomes a larger issue than the mistake itself. Whatever the situation, a failed relationship, a missed opportunity, a lapse in character, there's a lesson to be found. Let finding, learning, and applying that lesson be the end of your remorse. Do not let your mistakes define you. Define yourself by how you respond to your mistakes. How you shape a lesson out of every seemingly unfortunate circumstance, because for you, every mistake is fortunate. Every mistake uncovers a chink in your armor in need of repair, which may have never been brought to your attention otherwise. Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I've obviously made I've made big mistakes all over my life. Hold up. Okay. That's the thing about me, is like there's times that I'm so arrogant that I don't even want to look back over my mistakes. For example, like even playing games, like, you know, it's a good way to, like, if you're playing, for example, League of Legends, it's good to go back on your replays and see and like how you can improve. Me, I hate seeing me fail so much, but I gotta turn that into, oh, if I fail, I love it because it's an opportunity for me to learn. You know what I'm saying? So hey, tee up. Law 27, know what you control and what you do not. It does nothing to concern yourself with what you can control. Many people would love to have the power of flight, but no one is crying themselves to sleep because they weren't born with wings. We accept it as part of nature, and while we would like to be able to fly by our own power, we don't hold it against ourselves for God that we can. We should adopt a similar attitude with all things we don't control. The next time you are bothered by something, ask yourself, is this something I can or cannot control? If it's something you can't control, let it go. To continue to be bothered by something you have no power over is as silly as crying because you weren't born with wings. Still, do what you can do about the thing that's bothering you, but know and accept your limits. In the case of a flight, we may never have the ability to soar by our own power, but through the understanding of human limitations and the power of innovation, man has created multiple vehicles on which humans can take flight. Yeah, I think for me, there's a lot. I don't know. I really wish I had this book in high school, because I'm not gonna lie, high school, university, I was definitely like geeking out, because like I was just like, I didn't know what I want to do with my life, and like any job I had, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna clock in, it's gonna be so busy, I'm gonna die. But it's like I can't control how much people come in to buy stuff, or you know what I'm saying. So all I'm saying is, like, when it comes to stressing over things you can't control, I guess it's best to just let it go, which obviously from the book, because it's like all the time that you could have been stressing out for that thing, you could be doing another thing, right? So Rio. Next chapter or next law. Wow, this law is really short. It's like a sentence. Law 28. Healthy conversations are not about winning. If you find yourself trying to win an argument with a loved one, stop and reassess your goal. Damn. I low-key feel that, because, you know, obviously your boy's in a relationship right now. You know, imagine there's like a tie here, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely, there has been some times when I was trying to like push me to being correct over something, and at the end of the day, it's like, it's not you against your partner, it's you and your partner against the problem, you know. And I have a hard time, because I'm like, no, I want to be right, I want to be right. And I think where that mentality stems from is that, like, as a kid, you know, I wasn't told, like, I know this sounds very spoiled, but as a kid, I never had things go my way. Essentially, I would always be like, blah blah blah. I would have stuff bought for me, like by my parents, but after growing up and after realizing like how much effort they put into me, and how much like they're working, like, it was kind of like a wake up call. I'm like, okay, I can't dispute my anger to my parents or to my siblings, because that's not fair to them. But then that's when I started to project it to other people, saying like, oh no, I'm right. No, I'm right. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that. All right, law 29. Keep the promises you make to yourself. Wasn't this not a law earlier? I swear it was like laws. It was like, I don't know which law it was, but it was talking about like discipline. Is this not okay? Anyways, the only way you can learn to trust yourself is to keep the promises you make to yourself. Treat yourself with some respect. How can you expect anyone to respect you if you don't respect yourself? Take more time and consideration before making any promises to yourself. Make sure that you are worth your time and effort before committing. Stop neglecting your relationship with yourself. That is why Eboy has hopped back onto the content grind, because I'm not gonna lie, I've always felt like, yo, I could never, well, in my mind, I could never work a job properly or at all. Like, all the jobs I had in the past, even now, I didn't even do it 100%, and there's always a loophole to like that I would find to like just like slack off, right? And but back then, when I first started making YouTube videos, the goal was to like blow up and like, you know, I could make money. I could just upload videos and be happy and like not have to go like clock in. And that's definitely still in my mind because like I'm 22, about to be 23 in October, and like if there's any other time to start content like taking it seriously, it's now. It's now. It's better to do it now than later because later in the future, who knows? You know, I might have a kid. I might move. I might not even be alive, right? God, hopefully not. But I'm just saying it's like, might as well start now, you know? But, okay. Wait, that was law 30? All right, okay, law 30, do not lie. Work to be a person that does not need to lie, even if it is white lie. Lying creates more lies. It destroys trust and slowly chips away at relationships with others and yourself, even white lies. If you feel like you need to lie, find out why. If you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, don't do that thing. If you are trying to spare someone's feelings, don't. Most people would rather be spoken to plainly than manipulated with words. It's too much shit to keep track anyways. Lying inherently leads to a more chaotic life. Yeah, I used to be a liar. I mean, I still, now I lie here and there, a little sprinkle, but yeah, I feel that. Lying is like, I'm in high school, no, in elementary school, I used to lie a lot. I'd be like, yo, guys, I got like a water bed, like a water pool bed, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of money, I blah, blah, blah. But then my sister would tell my friends that I'm lying and then they would clown me for it. So there's that. Law 31, work towards being a friend to yourself. Give yourself the same respect you would give others. We are quick to hand out words of encouragement to our friends and family, but feel we are unworthy of the same treatment from ourselves. Learn to be a friend to yourself and learn to love yourself. If you are a person unworthy of self-love, then work to be a person who deserves it and love yourself for that. Self-love is really important because you gotta have respect for yourself. You gotta make time for your hobbies, for yourself. And I remember for me, anytime I would get into a relationship, I would literally throw out my life to be with them. You know, I would stop hanging out with friends. I would stop working out. I would stay up super late just to be on call with them and mess up my schedule. Even though knowing the fact I had to be up early the next day, I wouldn't stick to my routine. But that's the thing with being. Wait, what was the law again? I got. Hold up. What was the law? Can I flip the page, bro? Oh, self-love. Sorry. Yeah. When it comes to self-love, I it's still a work in progress for me. Like even now in my current relationship, I would say the first 3 to 4 months, I just threw out my entire life just to spend time with my partner. But now I'm starting to learn like, yo, your partner is not supposed to be your life. They're like an addition to your life. So you keep track of your own life, aka working out, making videos about, etc. But keep that same self-love, because if you can't love yourself, how do you expect to love others, right? So just saying. All right, last page of today. Law 32, be comfortable in your own company. If you're not comfortable in your own company and finding yourself having to try to find a distraction in music, podcast, or TV anytime you are alone, you need to find out what is it about yourself that you are uncomfortable with and work to fix it. Many people don't like to be alone with their thoughts, some to the extent that they must consume some type of media as they drift off to sleep. Damn, that's low-key me, I'm not gonna lie. But these distractions do not solve the underlying issue. If you're not comfortable being alone with your thoughts, you must identify why and work to fix it. We should all be able to bear an extended period of time alone with ourselves without distractions. You should be able to sit down with yourself as if you're sitting with a friend. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, when I sit down with my own thoughts, I definitely tend to overthink because I'm like, okay, what is the worst situation that could possibly happen, and if it does happen, how can I avail and be on top and not be stuck, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of fall in that department. Like even last night, I was on my phone super late, but had to wake up early. Lately, or uh, ever since day two, I've been doing, I've been meditating. Every morning, like since day two, so day two, day three, and today, day four. When I woke up, I set in a 5-minute alarm, and I just sit on my bed like this. And I breathe in and out, and in my head, I'm just saying breathe in and breathe out over and over again until in 5 minutes, and then that's how it goes. But that is 10 pages of the 44 Laws of Peace. And tomorrow, day 5, we will be finishing this book, because this book is only, because 32 to 44, it's more than 10 pages, but I'll crank it out. But thank you guys for watching and reading the reading section. It's time to get into the back workout. Let's go. All right, welcome to the back workout. Starting off with some chin-ups. You know, I'm not gonna lie, my back is definitely a weak point. Also because the fact that my right arm is stronger than my left, so like my right arm is doing more of the lifting. So second set, I only did like 2 reps, but I was done. All right, next workout, we got some dumbbell raises. I was gonna say seated, but I'm not even seated. What? Anyways, focusing more on my left side. It's crazy because like my left lat is bigger than my right lat. However, my right arm is stronger than my left arm. So like it's kind of like I have so much muscle imbalances. Like I'm just trying to make it even out, but make on the right side a little okay, nice and smooth. Then we got some shrugs going on. Matter of fact, my left shrug, my left trap is actually slightly bigger than my right trap. And I know it's like, you know, prog is not that, you know, visible, but trust me, when I'm looking in the mirror, I can see all my flaws, you know. And then, you know, crank it out. Okay. And the last workout, okay, I saw it on TikTok, but holding this position, I know it looks, pause, but it works on your lower back, and I got a lot of lower back issues, so a little burn. Whoa. Okay. So that was the workout for today. I think what I'm going to do now is that I'm actually going to be adding the picture of myself now. So like usually after a workout, I shower, right? So boom, picture of me all nice and lathered up. Well, out the shower, looking fresh. Usually in this phase, because I only had breakfast, I don't look as bloated, because if I take the picture after my dinner, my stomach is always big AF. So I'm thinking from now on, I'm going to change it up a bit just to take a photo after I shower from my workout. But workout is complete. Tomorrow is a rest day, so we're going to be doing like Pilates instead. All right, and on to the lunch. Your boy had some rice, some white rice, some dal. On the right side, we have some fried tofu with some sriracha sauce. And yes, the sriracha sauce is 0 calories. Boom, just for some proof. And on the right, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what this is, but my mom made it, and it's like beans or something. And I mean, it's good, and I'm gonna assume it's a lot of protein because it's beans. But that was the lunch for today. Boom, welcome. Your boy had some dinner. I was kind of sick and tired of eating the rice over and over again, so we made something. All right, boom. For dinner, didn't have rice this time. We have 2 whole wheat bread. But peep, they have good fiber and good protein. We have 2 cans of tuna here mixed with some mayo, garlic powder, onion powder, pepper, salt. You know, I'm chefing up in this bit. We got 1 avocado and a drizzle of some sriracha sauce. And overall, I would say it's pretty good. I was going to add more mayonnaise to make it more like creamy, but mayonnaise has a lot of calories in it, so just not trying to eat too much. But yeah, that's what I have for dinner today. Overall, pretty good. I think I definitely do need to up my greens. I think tomorrow for lunch, I'm going to have some steamed boiled broccoli, because that shit is so good. I mean, it's not really good, but it has good fiber. So that is what I'm going to have tomorrow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys made it to this part of the video, thank you guys for watching day 4 of the hard challenge. Hey, make sure to drop us follow, subscription, like, comment, share on this channel and on my other channel, Parad the Frog, both on Twitch and on YouTube. I also got TikTok too, but I need to start upping my content there as well. But hey, thank you guys for watching today's video. Honestly, waking up today was pretty hard because, you know, I'm not used to posting daily, but I gotta be, if there's any time to grind it, it's now. So I'm on that path. I'm sticking to it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with day 5. Yeah.